I ain't gonna lie, I feel like we can all agree that the 2023 high school basketball class was arguably one of the most popular classes in recent memory. I mean, filled with so many social media sensations, the Mikey Williams of the world, the Bronny James of the world, the Jared McCains, the Robert Dillinghams, the Trey Parkers, the DJ Wagners, the Justin Edwards. Guys, I can go on and on and on, but now these players in this entire class has officially graduated, and they are about to start their next journeys in their basketball careers. And in my personal opinion, we have officially entered into a new era of high school basketball. The 2024 high school basketball class, the 2025 high school basketball class, and the newly coveted, highly talented 2026 high school basketball class. Classes that I personally would argue that has potential to be filled with players that could very well be future talents in the NBA, potentially some NBA All-Stars, MVPs, and even NBA champions. Now, ESPN recently dropped the official rankings for each of these classes a few days ago. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at all the top players in each of these classes, speak about some players that I personally feel like you guys need to know about, some underrated players that maybe not a lot of people are going to be talking about, and just what to expect from high school basketball moving forward. So make sure you guys get in the comment section down below. Give me your overall thoughts about these classes. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel as we are on the road to 30K. And with all that being said, guys, let's go and get straight into this video. So guys, boom, let's go and get straight into this video and talk about these new ESPN high school basketball rankings. So starting off with the 2024 high school class, this is the class that has officially entered into their senior years. And as you can see at the #1 spot, got my boy Trey Johnson from Dallas, Texas. Guys, if you've been following this channel at least for the past year or so, I've been trying to tell people that Trey Johnson has to be arguably one of the best scorers, not just in this class, but overall in high school. I've seen this kid play on so many levels against so many top players, and I've seen this man drop 30, 40 points against any type of competition. The Duncanvilles, the Richardson High Schools, the Corona Centennials. Trey Johnson, in my opinion, just has the full package, and he has everything written to be the #1 player. He also just recently helped Lake Highland High School, the school that he goes to, recently win a state title, and I believe he also finished with 30 points in that game. Like I said, I had a chance to watch him so many times this season, and the IQ on the offense side of the ball that this kid plays with, to me, for his age, it's just unmatched. He can shoot the ball with ease. Anytime this man is open, he's going to make the shot. If his shot is not falling, he's smart enough to not overshoot the ball and get to the basket to either try to finish at the rim or just draw a foul, which at the line, I've honestly never seen this kid miss a free throw, as he is one of the best shooters and best free throw shooters in the country as well. I also love the dog mentality that this kid plays with. No matter what the score is, no matter who he is as a person, no matter what people say about this kid, he's always going to give his 100% effort, talking to his teammates, clapping when needed, motivating his teammates, playing defense, and doing what a leader is supposed to do on and off the court. He talks. He lets his game do the talking. He's focused. He doesn't care about the social media antics or anything like that. This kid, I'm telling you right now, do not be surprised whenever he's eligible to get into the NBA. Do not be surprised if he ends up as a top 3 to 5 pick. This kid has superstar potential written all over him. At the second spot in the 24 class, you will see Dylan Harper from Don Bosco High School, a player that I feel like definitely has gained a name for himself within these past few months, especially after playing against DJ Wagner and Camden. Although they did lose in that game, I feel like Dylan Harper definitely made a name for himself, as he was just playing good overall for the season, even dropping over 20 points against Jared McCain, the DJ Wagners, and just averaging over 20 points for his junior year. He's another player that I feel like is a mandatory top 3 to 5 player. I mean, just coming in at 6'4", 180 pounds, plays with great pace, reminds me of a James Harden type of player where he can score the ball on all 3 levels. And I really don't think you guys understand how hard it is to play at your own pace, especially at the high school level. Whenever he has the ball, the entire floor just stops, and Dylan is just able to facilitate in the offense or be able to score, whenever he gets to the rim or to shoot it. All I needed to see was how well he played against Camden, against DJ Wagner, and I actually think he actually won that matchup individually. Although they did lose, I do think the fact that he was able to go toe-to-toe with the best player in the country, DJ Wagner, this past season, and also against Corona Centennial as well. Don Bosco and Dylan Harper, definitely not one to be played with. Arias Bailey, if that's how you say his name. I know he also goes by Ace Bailey as well. He's another player that just has to be a mandatory top 3 to 5 player. I mean, 6'8", great wingspan, kind of reminds me of a Trey Johnson with just his mentality, the way he approaches the game. But I would actually say Ace Bailey, the way he comes on the defense side of the ball with his ability to protect the rim while also being an efficient rebounder, not scared of the moment, also played well against Isaiah Kohler, finishing with 18 points over 10 boards before fouling out. This kid, Ace Bailey, a lot of people has been trying to tell me to put this kid in my notes. The first time that I watched this kid play, I knew this kid was going to be a special player. I honestly think these 3 players right here will probably remain as the top 3 to finish the high school year. I wouldn't necessarily say there's a gap between these 3 players and the rest, but I do feel like Ace Bailey is just a guy that just has that superstar potential written all over him if he is able to continue to develop year after year after year. You just can't teach 6'8", ability to handle the rock, ability to score at the rim, and I honestly do think he's still a raw prospect as well as he is. So please, if you haven't already, please put this man Ace Bailey in your notes. Shout out to Flory Begundy, another player that has been rising up ever since his sophomore freshman year. I think we can all agree that he's easily the best center in the country. I know a lot of people don't really like to talk about centers too much, but if you haven't already, please put this kid in your notes. Ian Jackson rounding up the top 5. Huge fan. I've been able to actually see this kid play against Trey Johnson, which it really opened my eyes. This kid, Ian Jackson, has to be one of the best players to actually come out of the state of New York in recent memory. I actually don't think they've had a top 5 player in the last couple years, so I do think Ian Jackson has potential to be that next great player, getting that next great high school player to come out of New York. Definitely a two-way wing. Is arguably the best rim attacker in the country. He will put you on a poster. He's not scared of the moment. He loves the big games. Huge fan of Ian Jackson. Speaking about the players from 6 to 10, Jonell Fland, or Boogie Fland, huge fan. This kid is literally insane. I actually think he beat Ian Jackson as well to win the state title in New York. This kid right here, bro, do not be surprised if he ends up as a top 5, top 3 player probably. This kid, I'm a huge fan of Boogie Fland. Carter Knox, Liam McNeely, Derek Queen, Elliot Cadeau. I gotta speak quickly on my boy Elliot Cadeau. This kid right here, guys, I'm telling you right now, even Kenny Smith on TNT gave praise to Elliot Cadeau, and there's a reason why he did that on national television. This kid is literally insane. He does not need to score a point, but every single time that he steps onto the floor, it feels like you can just feel that he's the best player. Hands down, in my opinion, the best pure point guard in this class. His ability to just facilitate and find the open man, set up plays, make plays for his teammates, just always making the right plays. I believe he's already averaging over 10 assists in the Nike EYBL as well. And what he did for Link Academy this past year, you just cannot teach. I know he's only listed at 6 foot, maybe 5'11", 6'1" at the most, but I'm telling you right now, this kid has potential to be one of the undersized point guards that can play at the NBA. You just cannot teach what he can do. His IQ that this kid plays with, super insane. I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to creep up in the rankings. I know we still need to get to the 25 and 26 class, so other few players that you guys definitely need to watch out for that I'm a huge fan of. VJ Edgecombe from Long Island Lutheran High School. Bro, this kid right here, I just love the way this kid plays. His offensive game is literally insane. I love how athletic he is, the way he can slash to the rim, the way he can break down defenders. He just plays like a New York Hooper. If you know what that means, you just know what that means. I'm a huge fan. I know mandatorily this kid is going to continue to rise up. He had great games against some other top players in the country. Please, bro, please put this kid in your notes. Asa Newell from Montverde Academy, the big that they have, the light skin big. This kid is literally insane. I'm a huge fan. I love Bryson Tucker's game, ranked at number 17. Victorious Miller to Hod Pettiford. Guys, I'm telling you right now, this class, bro, please put these kids in your notes. I have to give my quick opinion on Nazir Cunningham. Like I said in my previous video, if you guys notice, a lot of these overtime players, they're actually continuing to lower in the rankings. At first, he was actually the #1 player in this class. People always had a conversation about who's better between Nazir Cunningham and Trey Johnson. And now look at it. It's just crazy to me that these OTE players continue to drop. I know he averaged over 10 points a game for the overtime elite. And I also know he is getting the development that he needs to play better. I know right now he's also playing in the Nike EYBL circuit as well. But like I said, man, all these overtime players are continuing to drop. I'm a huge fan of Nazir Cunningham. I think he has great defensive potential, but I do think he's a great off-ball player that I know teams in the NBA are gonna like. Kind of reminds me of an Andrew Wiggins type of player, but I do want to know what you guys think about Nazir Cunningham moving down. Shout out to guys like David Castillo, LeBron Fallon, who was the nation's leading scorer as well. I think he just decommitted from Auburn as well, but if you don't know this kid, LeBron Fallon, if I'm saying his name right, bro, please put this kid in your notes. Dedon Thomas, John Mobley Jr., bro, this kid right here, I'm telling you right now, has potential, bro. I know people like to compare players to Steph Curry, but this kid right here, in my opinion, has the highest ability and highest chance to be like a Steph Curry player. The way he just plays, his size, the way he can shoot the three ball, the way he can shoot the three ball off the dribble in any type of scenario. It's just, this kid right here just reminds me of Steph Curry. I'm sure you can see with the highlights playing on this video. If you haven't already, bro, please put this kid in your notes. Jaden Mustafa at number 49. I'm telling you right now, bro, please, if this video gains some notoriety, gains some attention later down the line, please, bro, I'm begging you right now, bro, please clip this up, but do what you need to do. Send this to him. This kid right here, I'm telling you, is one of my personal favorite players in the country. I'm not going to be surprised if this kid moves up in the rankings. He just has a complete offensive game, and he also plays defense as well. Can play the big body, can shoot the ball off the dribble, can get to the basket with ease, plays with IQ. I love the pace of play that he plays with. Jaden Mustafa is going to be that guy. I guarantee you right now, JuiceMadeHoops stamped it. And the last player that I do want to touch upon in this class is Ja'Kai Howard. Like I said, another player that was a consensus top 5 to 10 player in this class. Now he's dropped all the way down to number 53, man. What is going on with these overtime players? He's another player that I feel like is a very raw prospect that has a lot of potential. This kid literally is probably the best dunker, the best rim attacker in the country. But man, this kid Ja'Kai Howard is looking like he's continuing to drop down. What do you guys think about that? I know a lot of people have their opinions. I'm a huge fan of Ja'Kai Howard. I do think he's a player that you have to be patient on. And everything will come together at some point. But guys, what do you think about Ja'Kai Howard continuing to drop? And quickly moving on to the 25 and 26 classes, some players that you guys definitely need to watch out for, bro. The top three players in the 2025 high school class: Cameron Boozer, Cooper Flagg, Koa Pete. These guys right here, but could be very well be top 5 players in overall classes. Cameron Boozer and Cooper Flagg, in my opinion, can easily play college right now. They have the size, they have the IQ, they have the patience, they have the skill level, they have the technicality, the fundamentals. These kids are just on a whole nother level. I've had a chance to see Cameron Boozer against the top players in the country this past season. And bro, this kid right here, I'm telling you, he just does things as a power forward / center that you just cannot teach. It's honestly crazy to me how he's this good at this age. I think he's what, like 16 now, 16, 17, rim protection, can shoot the ball, understands pick and rolls, understands how to get into position. This kid right here, bro, I'm telling you, could play college basketball, and I actually have him as the best overall player in the country. But I ain't gonna lie, Cooper Flagg, he may have something to say about that, recently dropping 52 points, only missing 2 shots in that entire game, bro. This kid Cooper Flagg is on a whole nother level. He's another player that I actually think could get drafted in this up and coming NBA draft as a first rounder, second rounder, something. Also another complete player. I think if he continues to develop, these two players are just gonna go neck and neck, back and forth, bro. Koa Pete, he's another player that, in my opinion, is right there with these guys. I don't think he gets the same amount of coverage as Cameron and Cooper, but please, bro, Koa Pete could very well be the best player in this class as well. I'm a huge fan of Darren Peterson. Shout out to Bryson Tiller, one of the players that's actually in the overtime league that's still maintaining his ranking, but please put that kid in your notes. He's a very good player as well. LZ Harrington, I think he actually plays on Bryce James's AAU team as well. He's definitely been hooping from what I've been seeing. I'm a huge fan of him as well. Shout out to guys like Trey McKinney, Jerry Easter, Caden Booter as well, which another player that I feel like you guys have to put some respect on. I know everybody always talks about Cameron Boozer, but the way that Caden is able to facilitate the offense, set up Cameron for easy baskets and for success, and not even just him, but the overall team as well, also helped his high school team win the state title as well this past season. Please, man, Caden Boozer, I think he deserves much more respect. I think his ranking actually dropped down. Now he's a 4-star player. I think he's a 5-star. He's going to continue to move up, in my personal opinion. But yeah, Bryce James, he's a player that's actually not ranked within the top 60 players. So what do you guys actually think about Bryce James and Kyan Anthony not being ranked anywhere near the top players in the country? I mean, I do think you guys know how I feel about Bryce. I do think he has a lot of work to do. He's still a raw prospect in this specific moment in time. He has the size. I know people talk about how his height is this, and that. Guys, we got to get honest here, man. Bryce has a lot of work to do. The potential is there. I think he just needs to get in the gym a little more, get some more reps in, improve on his body structure, his body control, adapt to his body a little more, improve his defensive presence, improve his on-ball defense, his overall IQ as a player, and I think he will definitely get there. Kiyan Anthony, I think he's definitely starting to showcase the overall talent that he has as a player. I'm actually a huge fan of Kiyan Anthony. I think he's actually going to be a top 50 player whenever the next rankings come up. I've been seeing him play well in the Nike EYBL circuit so far as well. So Kiyan Anthony, you guys know how I feel about Kiyan. He's a good player as well. And finally, the 2026 class, quickly to wrap up this video. This video is probably a lot longer than I wanted it to be. But number one, you guys see AJ DeBonsta, bro. This kid literally looks like Travis Scott, bro. Anytime I watch this kid hoop, he reminds me of Travis Scott with the way his hair is, just how he looks, the way he comes off, portrays himself, always yelling at everybody. But AJ DeBonsta, bro, this kid right here is definitely, I'm a huge fan, bro. He's gonna be, I think him and Tyron Stokes at number 2 are gonna remain as the top 2 players in this class. Although I do think Tyron Stokes is still a raw Stokes, my bad, y'all. Tyron Stokes, I do think he's still a raw prospect. I think AJ kind of gets it right now, right? You can kind of give him the ball, do what he needs to do. He's that star player, right? We all know AJ DeBonsta. He has the size, he has the length, the defensive ability, the offensive ability. He has everything that you need in a star player, and to be that number 1 player kind of reminds me of an Ace Bailey, Trey Johnson type of player. While I think Tyron Stokes, he plays better a lot off the ball. Anytime he heads towards the rim, he has that size to body any type of opponent. But I think right now AJ DeBonsta has that spot in this 26 class. We'll be honest, I don't know too much of these players, but coming up, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. I'm actually going to be dropping individual videos about every single one of these players on my Instagram, breaking them down. So make sure you guys follow me on Instagram for that to get a better idea on all these types of players. But guys, like I said, I think this video is a little longer than I wanted it to be. My bad if this video was a little longer than expected. But hey, man, let me know down below what you guys think about this overall class in general. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Make sure to smash the like button. Leave a comment what you guys think about this class overall in general as well. Tell me about some underrated players that you guys think should be in this class as well. Some players that I need to know about. Yeah, with all that being said, guys, thanks for watching. It's been another episode of Juice Made TV. Peace.